Welcome everyone to Covesting. This is the crypto intelligence portal. My name is Nathan.
And I'm Liz. Today's topic, what is cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is digital currency that can be used around the world. It's not controlled by any government, meaning it is completely decentralized. Decentralization means that there are no central authorities that can control circulation, rates, or create more money. The creator of Bitcoin intended for the value to continually increase. There are only 21 million Bitcoin in the world, and currently 18 have already been mined.
Each Bitcoin is protected by something called cryptography, which means that it's coded. Think secret messages by the NSA. The algorithm for Bitcoin is actually the same one used by the NSA. Each coin has its own unique ID and can be transferred instantly to anywhere across the world. This happens on the blockchain.
What is blockchain? It's an underlying technology, a peer-to-peer system that can be distributed across the world. Bitcoin takes 10 minutes to send across the globe versus a bank, which can take up to 3 or 4 days. This is because the transaction needs to go through an institution, the bank, while cryptocurrency has no intermediary. You can send cryptocurrency to anyone you want, for anything you want, anytime you want.
Even with large transactions, there are barely transaction fees compared to bank transfers. Ethereum, a decentralized supercomputer for the world, once transferred $45 million in one transaction, costing only 5 cents. If this was a bank transfer, it would be thousands.
Cryptocurrency may be digital, but you can store them in wallets. Virtual wallets have their own unique codes, and you can keep your money safe, and they're only accessible to the owner. With this, each person can become their own bank, liberating and empowering each investor. All right, guys, so we are going to talk about the different types of cryptocurrencies.
Bitcoin is a pioneer of all cryptocurrencies. It all started on October 31st of 2008 when a white paper was released by Satoshi Nakamoto. As a pioneer in the world of digital currency, Satoshi Nakamoto set the standard for how one might work. His white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, describes Bitcoin as
a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, which would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Digital signatures provide part of the solution, but the main benefits are lost if a trusted third party is still required to prevent double spending. This is actually where cryptography comes into play, and why it's called cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is sent through the blockchain space using a hash algorithm called SHA-256, which must be mined and solved before it comes out the other end. Also, every time Bitcoin is transferred from one party to another, it's put in a block, which ends up on the blockchain, the decentralized public ledger.
Each node on the Bitcoin network records the transaction. This redundancy prevents interference from the transaction log because everyone can access a complete record of the transactions that have ever occurred on the Bitcoin network.
Many people treat Bitcoin as a store of value. I personally would consider it digital gold, but at the same time, it can be spent like cash. There are even Bitcoin debit cards which can be loaded with BTC and spent anywhere, like a normal debit card from the bank. They can be used to buy groceries, gas, and even be used at an ATM to withdraw cash. Bitcoin is incredibly useful as a store of value and method of transferring funds, and is far more efficient than methods offered by banks.
Another type of cryptocurrency that's been gaining traction recently is Ethereum. It is the fastest growing cryptocurrency in the world, invented by the Russian-Canadian programmer Vitalik Buterin, who proposed that Bitcoin should have a scripting language. He suggested this would provide more functionality to Bitcoin beyond its original purpose.
The Bitcoin community didn't want to add this feature to the Bitcoin platform, so in 2013, Vitalik Buterin issued his own white paper for a new kind of blockchain ecosystem called Ethereum. Ethereum is the world's first decentralized computer. The project raised just over $18 million in 2014 and has grown exponentially since then. At today's market prices, Ethereum has a market cap of over $31 billion.
Ethereum's main feature is the smart contract, which can be written with the programming language Solidity. Solidity is easy for any programmer to pick up. With it, programmers can write contracts just as they would on paper that are automated. Thus, the contract cannot be broken. For example, there are gambling websites where users can deposit money and place bets, and pending the outcome of the bet, winnings are distributed amongst them according to the terms in the contract, leaving no opportunity for fraud.
Another great example of the smart contract is the company Share and Charge. They allow owners of electric car charging stations to lease out their vacant spaces. Smart contracts allow users to monitor usage of their space and the income it provides for them.
practical business uses are still growing, but the overwhelming majority of smart contracts being used on the Ethereum network are for ICOs. ICO stands for Initial Coin Offering, which is similar to an IPO, or Initial Public Offering, where stock is issued for a company on the market. The key difference between the ICO and an IPO is that an ICO token does not actually constitute equity in a company in most cases, but holders can benefit greatly from increases in the coin's market value if the project takes off.
Let's talk about altcoins. An asset is considered an altcoin if it is a token other than Bitcoin. Technically, Ethereum is an altcoin, but due to its success and innovation, many place it in a different category.
A notable altcoin is Dash, which offers instant confirmations of its transactions. Dash also has a private transaction log which protects users' activity. It also features private balances, unlike Bitcoin, where users can see the exact balance in anyone's account, which makes Dash more privacy-oriented.
Another well-known altcoin is Litecoin. It is often called the silver to Bitcoin's gold. With Litecoin, the transactions are almost instant, and it's got a Lightning network. It's complicated, but it's great. It has a higher volume of transfer availability for more data to be put in.
These are just a few examples of some better known altcoins, all of which got their start via ICO, raising Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of whom strive to improve on Bitcoin in some way. Litecoin has a higher volume throughout, and Dash has both private and instant transactions. They all have different benefits, and many are attractive to investors looking for the next project to innovate in a stagnant industry.
All right, everyone. We'll see you back here for the next episode at the Crypto Intelligence Portal.
Thanks for watching.